Welcome to the Den of Tools.
Howdy ho, guys and gals, it's Red, your friendly neighborhood tool bear, back again here in the old Den of Tools. And today we're here to talk about a brand new tool leaked to us by our good friend, our good buddy. That is Deep Freight. Yeah, I love that guy. But anyway, here's what we got for you. We got this new tool. I heard about it a while ago, wanted to make sure it was real before we talked about it. And in fact, I hear right now that this could in fact be showing up in some stores this weekend and should probably be in most stores by the end of the month. And that is, drum roll please, it is of course the oscillating spindle / belt sander. Now, I know, before you click away, you're like, well, this is boring. Why do I care about this? This is actually a pretty amazing tool. I've had these in my shop for some time, different versions of them. And I gotta say, it's probably the best belt sander out there for the home gamer, for the home shop. I even know pros who use this stuff. In fact, if you go to any of the online forums and stuff, a lot of times people will tell you, a lot of old crusty, woodworking guys will tell you that they all have this one, the Ridgid belt sander and / spindle sander. And they came out with this, several years ago, and it kind of took the industry by a storm. And the reason why is it just works and it's incredibly useful. You have two tools in one. The whole belt system there pops right off, and one of the spindles there goes on it instead. So you have a spindle or you have a belt. It's an oscillating sander, which means it uses more of the sandpaper, gives you a smoother finish. It does a better job. On the belt, you've got a wide end, you've got a narrow end for doing radiuses and such. It's got a decent sized table. It's got a stop block. It's got decent dust collection. It's all in one, and it's reliable and it works. These guys swear by it, and so do I. Now, a few years ago, somebody came out with a smaller version of this, and it's not. The belt is literally the same size. In fact, I was able to test it and use one of the belts off the Ridgid in another one of these clone ones. Even though the base of the clone is smaller, it's only smaller by a couple inches. And I've had the Ridgid and I've had the clone version, and I can't really tell a difference in usage. Yeah, the Ridgid is larger and it's got a miter slot here. You can see there, it's got a miter slot thing in the table there, but I find that I never used it. And most people I talk to never use it. So really not a big issue. And I've really not had an issue where the table on the smaller version just wasn't big enough. Here you see this version is made by Triton. This is just, they're OEMing it as far as I can tell. In fact, I did a good bit of a deep dive in the research on this. And I went back and I saw that these are all pretty much made by one factory over in China. They make the larger one for Ridgid, and they have agreement that they won't sell that mold to anybody else. So they just, came out with a smaller version, and now everyone has it. I've had this Win one here. It's fabulous. It does a great job. And it does all the same things. The table comes down. It doesn't have the miter slot in it, and it isn't quite as large. But again, these were two factors I never found going, gee, I wish it still had that. That just was never an issue for me. As you can see here, the belt sander portion stores on the back when you're using the spindle. There's little, plates there that go in place to create a zero tolerance, plate there so you don't get things falling down into it. The dust collection there is over on it's the left-hand side of the tool. The tool's reversed here. So you've got the dust collection. It plugs right in. They're great. They're simple. They're easy to use. I love using them. In fact, I did a video on it, King of the Bench Sanders. I did it quite a while ago, where we talked about the Ridgid. We compared it to the Grizzly. We compared it to the Win that I actually have. And we talked about the other third-party companies that have these and that are carrying them. And I got to say, there really just isn't any real significant difference between any of them. And the Grizzly one here, what I've been hearing, the whispers that I've been hearing, the benchmarks for the new Harbor Freight will most closely resemble the Grizzly, which I think is a great thing. Again, remember, no relation. I'm not part of the family here. But the Grizzly seems like a great machine. I've never used it myself, but I can't really see much of a difference between it and the Win and the other ones I've looked at. So we've got the new Harbor Freight one coming in, but of course it's not going to be in this blue. And the question, of course, I had is, what badge will it wear there? And the whispers I'm hearing is we're going to see this in Bower Red, which makes perfect sense because this seems like a consumer / prosumer grade tool. and that's where it's going to end up. And I for one have been excited. I've honestly been, not even just whispering, but complaining to the folks over Harbor Freight that they needed to update some of their stationary tools, specifically their oscillating sander. So this is I'm really excited to see this come about. Now that said, let's take a look at what kind of pricing we might expect on this. So the Ridgid sells for $269 currently. The price on this thing fluctuates wildly. I've seen as low as $199, in the 190s, but it's been a long while since I've seen that. I've seen as high as $350. It's a great tool. It does come with their lifetime service agreement. It's not a warranty. It's a service agreement. And if you guys remember, the one thing that always makes me kind of get all itchy and scratchy when it comes to Ridgid is they try really, really hard to weasel their way out of the lifetime service agreement. So it's one of the things why I'm not a huge fan of Ridgid these days. But that said, it's a quality tool, and chances are you'll never even need to use that. Now, Grizzly, their price has come down to $239. It's an excellent tool. Grizzly's a great company. If you wanted to buy from them, I don't see any reason why not to. You can save $1 by going with Triton over here, $1.50 actually, it looks like. They have pretty much the exact same tool there, and it is coming in at $238.49. And as you see, it really is just the color that's different. Although it does look like the knobs are slightly different. Maybe I'm off. Let's see here. Yeah, look, see the knob on that nice little rounded knob. You look at the Grizzly, and they've got more of a just a kind of basic knurled kind of knob. So there, yeah. So then the Win one, which is one I've had, it almost looks like a clone of the Grizzly. The Triton there has got the same switch. The Grizzly, also the same switch. Again, very similar there to the Win. Now, and you can see the Win pricing is at $208.79, and that is the exact same price we see on Amazon. I'm expecting the Harbor Freight to come in right at that kind of price point, right at that $200 price point, maybe a little bit higher. I don't expect it to be lower than that. But then once we see those Bauer days kind of coupons hit, the 10% off, maybe 15% off, you'll get it for a little bit cheaper. So I'm excited to see that. Now, while I've got you here, we can talk about a few extra new items coming out of Harbor Freight, which is they've got the new Doyle utility knife. Looks pretty nice. We've got the Syntec microprocessor, microprocessor controlled automatic battery charger to 6 volt and 12 volt. They've got a new version of their Pittsburgh heavy duty bottle jack 30 ton. I did take a pretty close look at it. It does look like there's some minor changes. So it's not just a paint job change from the old 30 ton. So that's different. Now, as far as the new, we're kind of whispered to it before, at least in the thumbnail there, that there's something new coming from Hercules. How can I say this without, someone from Harbor Freight trying to turn me into a rug? Let's see here. Well, let's just say that they'll probably have a new treat for you prior to Halloween. And yes, I know it's been a long grind waiting for it, but it's coming soon. How about that? That's about the most the bear can tease you with right now. Hopefully some more information to come shortly on that. Anyway, let me know what you think about the new sander. I'm pretty excited about it. I gotta be honest. I love these sanders. I have 2 of the Win sanders. I've had the Ridgid. I mean, I literally have 2 of the Win sanders. Don't ask me why. It's a long story. And maybe we'll do a giveaway with one of those or something, because I gotta get my paws on the new Harbor Freight to compare that one to it when it comes out. Anyway, till next time, you all take care. God bless. And as always, come on, say it with me. Shine on.